Hello everyone, back to me Benandu Hardoyo, and for everyone who watched the video, and I say you welcome. And then my name Benandu, and my name is 2019 2031, and today I will explain about cross cultural understanding, which everyone will understand about this part, which there is many people are differences in the world, blah, blah, and then there is something that you really don't know, and sometimes you really try to understand. So let's try to let's watch this video, and then I hope you enjoy. So people really asking about the CCU, cross cultural understanding, which cultural is the one of the material that we should learn, because not everyone are perfect, everyone are different in Indonesia, in one nation, even in another country, with different people, different nation, different culture. So what's the point about the cross-cultural understanding? And the cross-cultural understanding is something, and then the lesson that you really want to learn. In like when you when you meet the people, you maybe feel like what's what's wrong with him or what's wrong with her, but actually cross cultural didn't didn't learn about that, but just only when you see the people, oh, so he is from another country, which the culture itself is talk about try to accept the people around you in different world. So that's why culture is the most important. Okay, how to relate on my life. So this is for example, I am in Universitas Sarjana Wilayah Mahasiswa, and then I met the people who meet from another province in Indonesia, from Aceh, from Japanese, even Japanese, there is Sunda, there is uh, special region, Magelang, and another province. And then even my cameraman was from Maluku. That's really exciting for me. And then there is from Papua, and then from another province in Indonesia like Kalimantan, or we can say Borneo, which the attitude and the culture are really different. But it really doesn't, it's really a problem for me. No, why? Because when you saw them, okay, I can accept that. This is the fact that we are different, even one nation in Indonesia. So let's talk to the another scene. Okay, talking about the CCU, well, maybe people is really confused about this cross cultural understanding, which people still asking how to explain, how to know about this cultural so well. Okay, so I give you these tips. The first one is you should open mind. Open mind means you really have know what to do about the cultural. You maybe people normally just only read about the books like, oh, I made the Papua, and then you made, or maybe about the culture in America and another else. But for me, it's more than that. There is some that you need to expand more. Like you can expand your thing, your mind, except if you want to meet the people as the personal. Okay, let me how to teach. The first one is try to understand you, understand your well. Like maybe you will asking about myself, did I normal, what what do you think about me, and something that do that if you know about yourself, maybe when you meet the people, oh, okay, this is culture and something, and then and then you can try to explain it by, maybe people want to play a game, you can play a game like online game, and then you play a game and then meet someone who from USA or from Europe, and from the Asian, even from African, which we are in the modern globalization, which you can meet the many person on internet. Maybe you didn't know about where about what is the appearance of them, but at least you know how they say it, and how the attitude they have when they talking to you in the online games. And the second one is from Facebook or from social media, which many social media you can find in the other nation. Like, okay, I want to meet the American, okay, you can search your social media and find the name which for you is really want to knowledge. and then that's the successful. And then third one is in your school, in your university or school, maybe there is some kind of webinar, which webinar is the chance to meet someone around you, not just in Indonesian but in another people like web meeting. And then there is the such people is from USA, or maybe they're from African, or maybe Malaysian, which you can ask them, and then you can talk about the culture, and then you will understand well. So that's why I can explain, because not just this three is the one of the how to I explain, but another thing is depend on you. What else? So let's move to the another question. So talking about the one of the example of my favorite nation, which is the best culture. Maybe people will say USA. Is it, or maybe it's Japan, which there is many of culture, or maybe the Australia, which there is more interesting than like and then the New Zealand. But for me, the favorite nation that I love for the culture is Saudi Arabia and UAE, which it's called Badui culture. Okay, maybe you will asking what is Badui culture. Badui culture is, for me, is one of unique culture that you ever seen, because maybe people, what do you do when you want to go into the someone? When you go into someone's house, maybe you can only knock the door and then say hello, can I come in or something. But this one is not. You just only knock the door and then you just go inside, and then the people on there will be treated, because you are a guest, will be treat you for really well. Like you can sit down, and then they will be serve your food, serve your drink, and then you can pay anything you want in their house, but for 72 hours, or we can say 3 days. And then after that, they will say, how can I help you? What will you do? What will you do here? This the most interesting. Maybe different than in Indonesia, which Indonesia almost similar like the Saudi Arabia or UAE, which when you guess you as the guest, when you come to someone, maybe you can say knock the door and then say politely like, excuse me, can I come in? And then you say only and bring friendship, or maybe because you're a friend you can go inside. But in Saudi Arabia, that's different. You can go inside like you are your friend, because Saudi Arabia is same like customer is the first, but Saudi say guest is the important thing. So you can go inside with anything you want for 72 hours, and the rest you can say they will ask you what are you doing here. And so it's almost in Indonesia. Back to the last question. You want to see that? So people thinking about how to improve your thinking when you aware with someone. Okay, let me tell you something. When you are faced with someone who different from you, just thinking about, okay, this is just only human, and then they live in another country or another province that you know, and then just think positive, right? Because if you think positive, maybe you will run from them. Like for example, you meet someone who's different province, and then they didn't know well, and then maybe they're not polite in front of your eyes. But just don't think about you. It's not polite. Don't think about it. Just thinking that you are in Japanese, so maybe you should say more polite, like this, and those. And then because more you polite, more you say softly to them, more you got friend, more people can understand you well. Because if you appreciate them well, they will appreciate you. That's why, for awareness, don't think about it. Just think positive, open mind, and I'm sure they will accept you well. And then peace are coming for you. Okay, so that's for this video. I am Bentani Nuhadayot, 2000 with NIM 2019 00 2031, and this is for you guys, and then I hope you enjoy. please subscribe if you want to, if you like it, or maybe if you want to more like, just please thumbs up and comment below. So I think that's it. So see ya, and then I hope you see me in next video. Ciao.